Hey everyone, today we're diving into a life-changing story. Let's see how George finds the extraordinary in the ordinary. A classmate who once invited him to invest is now living the dream, traveling with his wife, while George is stuck in the daily grind. As more residents move into George's Bailey Park, the scheming Potter realizes he can't crush George, so he chooses to play nice. He sings George's praises and then complains that such talent is stuck in this small town awkward. With a pathetic $45 weekly salary, he's touched and offers George a $20,000 annual salary, giving him whiplash. And he even throws in a luxurious mansion as well as opportunities for international travel. George is completely taken aback, as this is precisely the kind of life he has always dreamed of. He asks Potter for a day to think it over, but during the handshake, he suddenly feels a wave of gloom after rejecting him. Unable to chase his dream of traveling the globe, and cramped with his wife in their old house, he can't help but ask Mary why she chose. Years pass. George has kids but works in the Shires, while Mary has turned the old house into a cozy home. But their peaceful life is disrupted by George's scatterbrained uncle, who messes up the company's money during a spat with Potter at the bank. He hands it off carelessly, then can't remember what he did with the money. Potter, spotting the chance, sees it as the perfect opportunity to crush. On the day the bank happens to audit, Potter hands the money to George. Talk about bad timing. This incident leaves George feeling down. His once lively kids suddenly seem dull through his eyes. He kicks over a bookshelf in frustration, drowning in serious emotions. Surrounded by family, yet they seem oblivious to his pain. Faced with their innocent gazes, the suffocating atmosphere drives him to storm out. Mary, seeing this, immediately calls the office, leaving George feeling desperate. With no other options, he approaches Potter for a loan, claiming he lost the paperwork and all he can offer as collateral is a $500 insurance policy. This earns him Potter's ridicule. Can't meet the bar, buddy. Subtitle: You're not a real investor at all. That $500 is utterly useless. With this twisted logic, what's your real value? While they lounge in luxury, you're left scrambling for basic survival. How unfortunate. Potter's taunts leave George in despair, yet his only hope lies in that insurance policy. So he heads to the bridge, planning to end it all. Heartbreaking. Just then, a quirky old man interrupts, claiming to be an angel sent by God. He says he appeared because people have been praying for George. How magical. If he saves George, he can earn his wings, but George thinks this must be a prank. This leaves the so-called angel in a quandary about how to save George, while George murmurs, wishing he had never been born. He believes if he had never existed, his family and friends might be better off. This sparks an idea in the old man. He sees this as a chance for redemption. He suggests George should see a world without him, and George is skeptical. At the bar, George realizes he's practically a stranger to everyone. His old pharmacy boss is now a drunken worker, and his absence has thrown the whole town into chaos. From now on, Charles has lost all hope. What a nightmare. George discovers the town is now Potterville, overflowing with bars and casinos, all his happy memories gone. Even the loan office is now in a state of decline. He hurries home to search for Mary. A home that was once welcoming is now just a distant memory, and Bailey Park has become an endless graveyard. George sees his brother's grave here, his heart shattering. His brother drowned at a young age. The loss overwhelms George, turning him into a shadow of the cantankerous old lady that was once his mother. Uncle's business fails and he ends up in a mental institution. What a disaster. Everyone's life is affected, and George contemplates his own existence. At this moment, he grabs the old man's collar, urgently asking about Mary's whereabouts. Please, for goodness sake, Claire, just tell me where Mary is. She's now a lonely old woman who has never been married. George finally finds Mary only for her to mistake him for a villain. Plot twist. She shouts out loudly, yet receives no response. Are you okay, George? What's going on? Let's go. Do you know me? I think I've seen you around. Your mouth is wild. Are you sure you are alright? Remember to keep the festive spirit alive. Merry Christmas. George rushes back to town. Don't forget to hit subscribe.